What's up, guys? Farooqi Bros here, back with another podcast. And today, for you guys, we'll be talking about our most anticipated movies of 2024. But before we do that, as we always do on this podcast, we want to make sure everyone's educated in the situation happening in Gaza right now. And I just want to give you guys an idea of the toll and the numbers. 23,000 Palestinians have been killed, 60,000 have been injured, 400,000 are at imminent risk of starvation. It's safe to say that multiple war crimes are taking place. And as South Africa brings this case to the International Court of Justice to acknowledge the genocide taking place, we want to encourage everyone, all of our followers, to continue keeping the pressure up and calling for ceasefire. Just yesterday, 400,000 people marched in Washington, D.C. It was actually the largest Palestine protest in the history of the United States. And so despite what our elected officials or big corporations might be saying, the will of the people is clear and it stands with Gaza. And even in our industry in Hollywood, there are people calling for a ceasefire. There's an organization called Artists for Ceasefire that is collecting signatures in a letter to the White House. And there's a lot of prominent names on there like Ben Affleck, Mahershala Ali, Andrew Garfield, Michael Shannon, Lupita Nyong'o, Mark Ruffalo, Ewan McGregor, just to name a few. I'll have the link in the description so you guys can check it out, as well as other links for education tools and ways that you can show your voice and continue calling for ceasefire. And with that, let's just jump right into our topic. It's one topic today, so let's just get into it. And that's our most anticipated movies of 2024. But I think we all can agree 2023 was a big year. Some great movies, some also clunkers, not a perfect year. But we discussed that in our last podcast. I want to look to the future now, look to 2024, new beginnings and all that. And let's see what's all of our most anticipated, maybe some dark horses. I know this is the time of the year, historically, if you guys have been longtime listeners of the Farooqi Bros podcast, that we make our the hot takes, they come out. And then like, oh yeah, what's going to be the dark horse of the year? And it ends up being flopping or sometimes it being good. So this is where we make our hot takes. This is where we make our picks. So let's get right into it. Excuse me. I want to first start with the general audience, because last few podcasts we've been really focusing on this high level cinephile audience and talking about the award circuit. But today I want to start with looking at the general audience and what they're most excited for, and we're going to start with the Fandango top 10 most anticipated list. So I'm going to put it right up on the screen. Let me remove this banner. And the general audience is pretty clear that they're most excited for Deadpool and Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters, Dune, Venom 3, Despicable Me 4, Inside Out, Lord of the Rings, Gladiator 2, and A Quiet Place Day 1. So that's a quick idea of what the general audience is saying. I want to start there. And Zian, I'll start with you. From a general audience movie perspective, just bring yourself down to the most basic movie level fan. What movie are you most anticipated for? And is it a movie on this list?
It actually is a movie on this list. I think combined for not only box office wise, but I think just it's going to be the best movie narratively, story wise, visually, craft wise. I think Dune Part 2 is my most anticipated. I know I've said in previous podcasts and streams that it would have been the one challenge to Oppenheimer this year. 2023 if it came out then. But now that it hasn't, I think it's up there. It's going to be one of the unchallenged movies, I think, that's going to come out in 2024. There's maybe one or two others that can reach that level of quality that I do have in mind. We'll discuss later in this stream, in this recording. But I think that for now, from this list of the most anticipated general public wise, Dune 2 is the clear frontrunner. I think it is the best film on this list. Though I have hopes for Gladiator 2, I'm also kind of trepidatious of how they're going to go with it. I know some of these one-off films, when they're so perfect, when you try to recapture that again, especially so many years later, it's a dangerous ground to be working on. So I have hopes for it, but I'm a little more cautious about that. I think from this list, Dune 2 is the clear frontrunner for me, and it'll probably be the best movie of the year for me as well.
Yeah, I'll go next after you, and let me just move this banner again. It's getting in the way of the picture. But my first instinct is also Dune. I think Part 1 was fantastic, and I think Part 2 has. I remember Part 1 was the famous movie that Umar said 4.9998 or something like that. So I don't know if Part 2 is going to do the same or do worse, but I think there's a lot going for it. I think I'm not actually don't think, and Ziana, you mentioned it might be one of the biggest box office hits. I'm not sure it's going to be a huge box office hit. I know the first one didn't do good numbers because of the day and date and COVID release, but I think the second one, I don't know. I wouldn't put this as a $1 billion movie, but I'm happy.
I think it won't be $1 billion, but just calm back on that. I think it'll be kind of like the difference between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Like this will take it to a different level where even just word of mouth might get more people to go to this second film.
Yeah,
there's a lot of setup. First movie's a little slow. I get why people were like, okay, it's half. A lot of people not going to see it, and the COVID thing. But now this is like all the setup is done. Now you're just pushing it forward, the story to crazy places. I think that's going to push the box office as well.
I mean, Samir, are you in agreement with us here or on different opinions? Do you think Dune is the movie that everyone is circling on their calendars?
I think Dune was the movie that I was circling on my calendar last year, and it's going to be the movie I'm circling on my calendar this year again. It's tough that it got pushed, but being the most anticipated of the year for me on this list. But I'm really surprised that Gladiator 2 and the animated Lord of the Rings movie are even on the list, because the other movies are so generic, like general audience, like popcorn fest movies, that those two stand out as like different type of like niche type movies, which is interesting. So and the Gladiator 2 cast is so good that it's also up there on my most anticipated.
Yeah, and that's actually my number 2. And I'm gonna look at the list again. I mean, when you look at the $1 billion hits, I mean, there's some potential. Despicable Me, for example, didn't make $1 billion, so that's just printing money basically. And then you have Inside Out 2, that might make $1 billion also. Deadpool 3, if it's gonna live up to the promises of Hugh Jackman coming back for the first time since Logan and all these big things they want to do with the X-Men franchise, then that probably be one of the best movies from Marvel. By the way, we can talk about Marvel in a minute. They've been just on a downward spiral in 2023, so I think they need Deadpool 3 to work, because if it doesn't work, it's not looking good. Like already they're going through all sorts of controversy.
I don't agree
on and
with
off
that
camera.
I don't agree with that at all, because one, Deadpool is gonna be rated R. 2, it's still capturing from the past, old Fox, old X-Men. You know, it doesn't dictate or determine what the future of MCU is going to be, because this is still kind of like a project of the past, and it's like putting
Could
the cap
be,
on
but
that.
aren't people saying that's going to be like literally the only lead up needed for Secret Wars? Like it's setting up the whole chain. For
it's
Secret
still
Wars.
a rated R, dark comedy, violent style movie. I don't think that dictates the general what MCU brings to the table. I agree that MCU is definitely declining in an exponential way with the most recent projects, but I don't think this movie would dictate good or bad what the future of the other MCU is going to do.
Yeah, I think it might actually make $1 billion, but we'll see. Umar, from this top 10, is anything that's speaking out to you? Like, what's speaking out to you as a movie you might be tuning in for? Maybe Venom 3. I know you're a big Venom fan.
Hell no. I'll never watch it. I would have to go. I think with this list, you have to go with either Dune or Gladiator. I mean, that's you gotta kind of. Those are the two that stand out. And Lord of the Rings for me, just because I'm biased. Then Deadpool 3, I think, comes into the fray. I think that depends on what you like, obviously, but I think clearly Dune will be probably like just cinematically will be the best thing that comes out. I think I'm excited to see what they do with Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, what story they're going for, how they're gonna bridge everything or whatever they're gonna do. And just from a fan's perspective, of course, you want to see Hugh Jackman back. I want to see what they do with him. Although it's one of those weird things, because you're like, Logan was so good, so it's like one of those weird things where you might not want to see him back, because you already completed his story. Bringing him back, and especially in a Deadpool movie, might be very obviously a little bit different than what they were going for before. So I don't know how well it'll do, but I think it'll be better than everything that's come out last year.
Yeah, I think it's a setup movie. I mean, if the rumors are true that Secret Wars is leading with Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire, that Spider-Man and that Wolverine meeting together and leading the movie, basically, that's pretty big. And this movie's going to set that up, basically. So let's see how that goes. So I want to open up let's broaden our horizons now. Let's get out of the general audience and let's move into a wider audience that takes a bigger palette of films. Actually, I don't even want to go to this list, but I feel like there's no Joker 2 on it, which is funny. Oh, Joker's right there. Yeah, okay. So this is like a wider list of movies that are coming out. I think Joker 2.
You want to use the
and-
picture or you want to use the link?
I don't want to use link. I think actually I might just axe this way and go right into the list. Maybe that's
Okay.
better.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go right into the list and then let's clean up our like the way we're going. Let's go month by month maybe and talk about if there are any movies like really sticking out to us. I'm looking at January and what's it called? Let's see. Argylle. Samir, interested in Argylle for early February?
Argylle looks. It just looks like Bullet Train, like a copy of it. Just a big CGI fest, kind of. Not even a CGI fest, just random stuff happening. Like no real substance, just things happening, which would be entertaining, I guess. I mean, I'll probably be there, but I don't know if it'll be one of the best of the year.
It's no surprise a lot of people were saying to make Dune 2's case, there's literally no big movies coming out between now and March, so it's a very slow beginning to the year. I'm looking at January, and I don't see any big movies that are like, yeah, this is a must watch. And even in February, we're looking at Madam Web, which I don't know,
weak first 2 months.
Yeah, there's Madam Web coming out, which might be one of the worst superhero movies of the year. I mean, I don't know. Nothing's looking good about that movie. So,
Successor of Morbius.
Yeah, successor of Morbius, and then you have Demon Slayer end of Feb, but that would be good for anime fans. But I don't know if like anyone
Barely. We saw how they handled the last times to the new Swordsmith Village arc.
Yeah,
movie, and it was just really disjointed, badly put together.
Yeah, so really, January to March, it's empty. These next 3 months are empty. So let's go into March, and we also have Dune Part 2, March 1st, and then you have Kung Fu Panda 4. I want to start with Kung Fu Panda 4 because I feel like from the four of us, there's a difference of opinion, a bit of a divide down the middle of who's into this movies and who isn't. Because, actually, I don't know about you, but I know Samir's into Kung Fu Panda. Are you into Kung Fu Panda?
Not as much as Samir. Samir loves Kung Fu Panda. So.
And I'm not into it at all, and Zion probably hates it. So there you go.
We'll rewatch Kung Fu Panda a million times with me. We know. I mean, I was there. So
I think your memory isn't serving you right.
It's like his favorite movie
we
ever.
were actually watching Surf's Up a million times. It's also one of the greatest animated movies ever.
That was hilarious. He was dying every joke.
Every joke.
Listen, Samir. Every time Samir got shocked every time that dumb scene came up where he told the panda that like the secret is nothing.
Every
Samir's
Jack
like, oh my
Black,
god, this is amazing.
Secret is like, he's looking at himself.
Wait, Jack Black is the panda, right?
Jack Black. Every line delivery, I was dying.
Samir loves Jack Black.
Samir was dying. We were having a good time. It was a good time, and all the Kung Fu Panda villains, all three.
I was sleeping, bro. What do you mean having a good time?
All the villains for all three movies are peak villains, and the fourth one looks kind of not as good. Hopefully they don't ruin the other one.
Who's the villain in the third one?
It's I, bro. Yeah, that's all right.
You got it.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched the third or fourth one, or the fourth one come out this year.
Yeah,
I don't think I watched the third one or the second one.
Yeah, I think both me and Zion, maybe because of age, maybe whatever the case might be, we just missed the boat on that.
No, it always looked kind of corny and kind of cringe. It did not have the sharp writing that Madagascar or Shrek, its predecessors, had. It was much more geared towards kids. I guess it is age thing then.
Here. Zane is actually very correct.
Either way, so let's keep moving from there. I mean, there's I don't know if you recognize movies, tell me, but I don't know, Imaginary, Love Lies Bleeding, 1982.
Kong, your favorite?
I'm getting there, yeah. Arthur the King. Arthur the King, I heard some good things about it, but I don't know what it is really. So let's start with Ghostbusters. I don't know, man. The last Ghostbusters wasn't that bad, but I'm not like that into it. I guess it's good.
It wasn't that bad. There's some controversy with the whole, CGI bring back.
Someone who's dead. Yeah, I don't know. And then Godzilla X Kong. Let's stop there for a second because I think me and Samir fall for this all the time, and maybe this year we're not. So I'm gonna stick to you and me and Samir on this question: are we falling for it again, Samir? Are we just falling for it and be like, oh, it might be good, but it always burns us.
This time, I know it's not going to be good. The other times, it was like maybe, there's a possibility that they could do something. This time, I'll go in, I'll still watch it, but this time I'll know it's not good. That way, I won't be like, oh, this is terrible.
He's literally tearing up as he says it.
I'll be seated.
Especially since Japan just did Godzilla again last year, and it was peak Godzilla. So now it's like the bar is even higher for them, and they're just like changing the color of Godzilla or whatever, making it pink. I don't know what's happening. Kong is like an arm, and the villain looks terrible, but it's just a big CGI kaiju fight.
Yeah, and listen, that's not a bad thing. We all need a popcorn movie here and there, and I'll be there to watch it. I will say this: I think I made a mistake on our last podcast talking about -1, and I made this whole shtick where I said now I'm thinking back, I'm like, I made a mistake there. I want to recorrect it. But I said that Japanese Godzilla is all this like very pure, horror-driven. Like, here's what the pain of the Japanese people is after Hiroshima, and here's how it is. That's only some of Godzilla, so it is worth putting out there the Showa era, that beginning era. Yes, Godzilla was very corny, and he was doing all sorts of silly things for a good 10 years. He was a very silly character. So technically, if the American Godzilla, these last 5 movies, each movie technically, with I'm learning for reading a pretty good article about it, that each movie is actually paying homage to one era of Godzilla. And apparently this new movie, Godzilla x Kong, is paying homage to the original Showa era where things are very cartoony and different. So when I said that, this is very not like the original Godzilla, that's actually wrong. It is doing it. It's just, do you want to see a campy Godzilla movie? Well, you're getting that here, So I just want to put that out there. But
that's like saying 2023, do you want the new movie to be like Adam West style Batman? That time has passed. That's it. It doesn't work. But
you know what? Because Japan just gave us a good movie, maybe it's good to have something completely different on the other side, having two sides of what that franchise is. It's just going to be popcorn fun, nothing special. And especially after the last one, Godzilla versus Kong, that's when you knew it was over. That was
only be good if the focus on human characters is down to 1% of the movie.
Exactly. Even if it can't be, the problem with the American movies is that they have the worst, like, most base level human plot going on, and they focus too much on it, and it really ruins everything.
Yeah. Well, this time Godzilla's going to start sprinting. So there you go. All right. So let's keep moving.
Why is he losing it?
We got the Fall Guy people saying good things about, but the next one is coming out May 10th. This is the one I think we should.
His favorite, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I want to stop here for May 10th because we got a big one coming out. I think this has a chance to be really good, but then again, it could be bad also. I'm not saying it's a home run, and that's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I think this movie is going to be good.
Go, bro.
This takes place, I think, multiple generations after Caesar's death. This is like his descendant, and he's going to be throughout the movie learning about his past and then come to terms. It's not Matt Reeves, so that's why I think there's a chance to be bad. The person who's directing it did not make that many good movies based on his resume, but it's always a first time for everything in terms of redemption. But quality-wise, the trailer looks good. I like the premise. I like the characters. I like the reversal. Now the humans once again are the ones who are the oppressed, and now the apes are the ones who are taking over. And now this character has to come to terms with what did Caesar want and what have they become. And eventually they have to become the original 1960s version of Planet of the Apes. So kind of like they're doomed to fail. And you're watching a chapter of people who are doomed to fail, which is interesting. So I will be there and seated. Zian, Samir, Umar, do you guys agree, disagree? Are you interested in Kong, in Planet of the Apes?
But he just committed ape racism right now.
No, I didn't.
I think it's going to be pretty good. I think I have very high hopes for it. But I unfortunately also that high expectation leads to more chance for failure because the trilogy was very strong. The first movie was good, but the second two are like pretty much perfect films, especially the finale of the trilogy. So it is very big shoes to fill, and I think narratively wise they are taking in a interesting direction where I'm interested to see the story that they're trying to tell. And obviously, like you're right, like the path for the apes to then become that advanced society, and then their downfall comes after that. But I think it looks interesting. I will be seated day one, but high expectations sometimes lead to bad results. So let's see how it goes.
Samir, what about you? Interested in Kingdom of Planet of the Apes?
I haven't watched any of them, but I'll catch up.
You missed the boat. You missed the boat on it.
I will catch up before it comes out. I'll watch all three. I'll binge them.
And Umar, what about you?
How did you not watch them? Did we watch the third one together?
No, we don't watch it together.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Let's see then. Yeah. All right. Let's keep moving. We're moving into. We're still in May. That's the big summer release, and you got Furiosa.
Night.
Furiosa. If you guys are interested in Mad Max, this is like the prequel. Yeah.
Prequel. Yeah.
Prequel of Mad Max. So if you're into it, I think it's going to be a movie that We're gonna see. It's gonna be pretty good. I don't know if it's gonna be top tier, but we'll see. Of course, the first one is considered absolutely groundbreaking from an action movie standpoint. Garfield. I think Umar's very interested in Garfield, so you might watch it. The cat, Garfield.
I'm more interested in Pixar's Luca.
Well, that already came out, and it's that came out a few years ago. But it's getting a re-release. It's getting a re-release in theaters this year.
I'll watch it.
All the
again.
directed Disney Plus movies of the COVID era are getting re-released.
Yeah, so Soul's getting released for the first time.
I will literally watch it again. That's how
Soul. That's pretty.
You guys
good.
watch Luca?
Yeah, but actually, I missed the boat. Is that the fish one? The one that turns to the fish? I missed the boat on it.
It's not that good.
bro.
I didn't watch it.
Actually.
It's literally so good.
Soul though.
Soul, did you see Soul?
I watched it. I wasn't
Soul.
It's very good, but
Soul is in theaters this weekend. It's here out right now. Okay, yeah,
I should be there right now.
All right, so let's keep moving. Ballerina. Wait, I forgot. We jumped the gun.
Garfield. They gotta stop casting Chris Pratt. I don't know what's happening, especially after the Boy in the Hair and English dub cast. They were going off. Robert Pattinson did a whole thing with his voice. Chris Pratt, he just does his own voice, and Mario is terrible. So why does he keep casting this guy's voice?
I think Mario
also in it.
I think Mario he is in the Boy in the Hair. Yeah, I don't think. Wait, Christian Bale's in Garfield also. Yeah, isn't he? He's playing the dad, the owner.
What?
You're talking about Chris Pratt.
No, Chris Pratt is Garfield, but
Yeah,
who's playing the Garfield's dad?
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Bale's in the movie too. Am I wrong?
Bale is Garfield.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll search it right now.
I don't think so. He would never attach himself to that bad project.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's because Super Mario
he's not in it. He's not in it. It's
big
Good.
box office money.
No, Christian
That's
Bale's
what they're like. All right, put him in Garfield.
Yeah, the guy playing his like dad / owner is Samuel L. Jackson. So
I guess that's all right.
That's all right. It's all right.
Crazy cast. Crazy
Yeah, it's
cast.
pretty good. I think about it.
He was right. Why do they keep casting
Chris Pratt's the issue.
Sure.
I
I mean, I won't be there either way, so I don't care who's voice acting Garfield.
Did the Super Mario movie not make $1 billion? So I think they're gonna keep casting him. Like in the end of the day.
It's true. I mean, he did the Lego movie, and you loved the Lego movie Part 2.
I don't love it, but I
You love the
understand that
second one, the sequel.
his voice is good with the kids. The kids like listening to like a cartoony white
He's
guy
just
talk.
bad.
Yeah, he sounds like just like a dumb generic guy.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
He works in roles of dumb characters.
There you go.
Also, Super Mario wasn't too bad. Like
It
his
was
voice wasn't great, but it was
the voice was not bad. I think the voice was fine.
No, the movie, everything was bad except the animation.
It was
Animation
fine.
pretty good.
It was bad.
It's that same like illumination. It's a shiny illumination.
Yeah. The animation was super crisp, but everything else was garbage.
The next one is Ballerina, which I'm not that interested in, but Samir I heard is interested in. So when he comes back,
That's the John Wick like prequel.
John Wick spin-off. Yeah.
spin-off. Yeah.
Is that like his.
Are you into
what's the
Ballerina?
relation?
I
Ballerina.
am, especially since John Wick is back, right? He's
He's
not
alive suddenly.
so
He's
he'll be-
alive.
I mean, is this a prequel, a sequel? I don't even know.
This is like a middle between 3 and 4. They said or something like that.
The cast was pretty good. They'll probably set up like another John Wick thing, and the last John Wick was pretty good. So I mean, I'll give it a chance.
Let's see. Okay. Inside Out 2.
These guys skip Bad Boys 4 straight up.
Bad Boys 4. Yeah. Bad Boys 4 is like Will Smith's big return after the whole
Slapping Chris Rock.
That whole thing. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of like emphasis on this being his return movie. He's big blockbuster. It's Will Smith's like, I'm here. That being said, Bad Boys 3 was, I don't remember it being that good. So,
It was okay. It was just okay. It wasn't garbage, but it was okay.
It was okay.
But Will Smith wasn't the funny guy. Only Martin Lawrence is the actual funny guy. Everything he says is funny.
Samir, Umar, are you into Bad Boys at all? Or it's just like it'll come and go. It'll come and go.
No.
Inside Out 2. Listen, this is $1 billion. This could be $1 billion hit. I mean, I'm not that. I think I've missed the Inside Out bandwagon, but I'm not stupid enough to know that it's not going to be great. Like people are going to be going crazy over it. But Samir, are you into Inside Out 2? I think
I'm
you are.
tired of Inside Out. I was never a fan of it. I don't really like the concept of the characters, and the new emotion just looks not that good.
So you don't care about that one purple emotion guy dying in the movie?
What? Oh yeah, that was he an
That was the
elephant
first
or
movie.
something?
Yeah, the elephant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wasn't he a memory? He wasn't like
It's kind of a sad scene. Not gonna lie, losing your childhood.
I
It's the only
thought
scene
it
I've
was like the representation of like childhood wonder or whatever.
That's
It
the
was,
only
yeah.
scene I've seen in the movie. I don't even know who he is.
He's childhood. All right, let's keep going. A Quiet Place Day 1. I'm not that into it. This is the spin-off. It's not
Who's
actually
the
a Quiet
cast in
Place
it?
sequel.
Who's the cast?
I don't
Who's
know.
the big name attached to this movie? You gotta be unknown.
Isn't it the same people?
No,
think
that-
this is like
This is like
This
the
is like a
first day of like the monsters showing up.
this is
That's
the one
what they
with this is the one with Lupita and the guy from something Stranger Things. But either way, let's keep moving. Despicable Me 4. I want to start this up there because I heard rumors into it. So
you mean Despicable 4?
Despicable 4.
Despicable
Umar,
Four.
will you be there? I heard you're a big Minions fan.
I don't know where all these rumors are spreading from, but nah, bro. I'm not gonna be there. Trust.
All right. Well,
Listen,
then
things
none
that
of
throw
us-
around all those podcasts that you're ghost.
Yeah, Samir, what do you think?
Minions
Despicable Me.
wasn't that good. I mean, all these Despicable Me movies did crazy numbers in the box office, and it was on the list that you put up before the first list.
Yeah.
Samir loves it.
on the list.
Loves it.
I won't be there ever. I think they milked the Minions thing like crazy. Like,
It's for
like,
babies.
it's,
It keeps working. That's the
Great.
problem. They keep making the money, so they
yeah,
never gonna
I
stop.
don't know why. I don't know who's buying into
I'll
it.
tell you why. It's popular among babies and it's popular among middle-aged white women. So like this is like you get this combo, and then you got
For the people who need that sensory overload. They just go to see that,
Yeah.
but it's garbage. It's just for kids. It's purely for kids, and they know their market, and they cater to it, and it makes $1 billion every time.
But then why isn't it working with Samir?
It's the first. It worked for me for the first two, and then I was like, tired of this.
How did it work?
Right, then.
It was garbage from the beginning.
No, the first one was good. I think I'm
No,
with them on the
listen.
first one.
They're
First one
they're
was
all
something.
bad. They're
First
just
one was something.
so childish. It's for kids. Nothing for adults.
Oh.
Nothing.
Charles trying to give Samir a bone again. Listen, it's bad. It's bad. Okay.
No, bro, it's not that bad. All right, let's keep going. What am I looking at here? Twisters, Deadpool 3 we talked about now. I think we are interested, but we'll see what they do. Nothing interesting. Kraven the Hunter. I don't know.
Stop.
Kraven the Hunter. Maybe not. No Spider-Man. I'm telling you,
it's
Sony.
wrong. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
I was
they
saying that Sony made such a mistake that after No Way Home came out, they should have just been like, okay, Andrew Garfield's our Spider-Man. You guys keep Tom Holland, and they can make all these movies with Andrew Garfield. We would all be interested, but instead we're getting these like side characters that no one cares.
It's true.
Also, how the hell are you gonna do Kraven the Hunter after they just did it in the game and they actually did it good?
Yeah, but they do it, and this time Aaron Taylor Johnson's playing him, and they'll do the same thing. In the end, they'll be like, "Oh, we got to get Spider-Man." Remember the Morbius post-credit scene where suddenly Michael Keaton shows up, and everyone's here, and we're like, "We got to team up. We got to team up to kill Spider-Man. It'll never happen." All right, so
I guess now
let's
it's just be Jared Leto showing up.
now Jared Leto will show up. Yeah. Beetlejuice 2. I don't know. Michael Keaton's coming back for that, right?
Yeah, mine's coming back. That's what's a big thing.
I'm not that into it, to be honest. But I'm not into any horror movies. So
I'll never watch a Michael Keaton movie ever
This is
Why? He's pretty good.
hard. This is more like
because of
comedy
what he did with DC. That's it.
it's not his fault. All right.
That's true.
All right.
Transformers 1.
Forget it. That's just the animated movie, and then
Oh.
Saw. Forget that. All right. Joker 2. Joker 2. All right. So I don't think it's gonna be better than the first movie. I think it's gonna be impossible to reach it. So this can either be really good or really bad. I don't think it's gonna be in between. So let's see what happens. I think it's going to be coming out again around October, around Film Festival 2024. I think it's going to debut there for New York. So maybe the four of us will be there for it to see the debut like we were in 2019. But I don't know. Remember, Joker 2, you have any high hopes for it? Do you think they should have just kept it one and done? A lot of us felt one and done was the way.
One and done was the way, but I think that if they, it depends how they're making it, right? So if they're making it like what's been rumored, like it's a musical, right?
It is musical, yeah.
Yeah, so it won't touch the first one because the first one is like, more about character study, whatever. But I think it'll still be cinematically good. Like it'll hit all the different points. Do I think it'll make $1 billion? No.
Yeah,
I
the
think
first
it
one's
won't.
captured it.
Yeah. I think you caught lightning in a bottle with the first one. I think Joaquin Phoenix, because I don't know what he's gonna do different. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna just play the Joker now.
I think they'll play a more
take
sing song with
That's
Joker.
why I don't think I agree. Box office wise, it'll never hit the money that the original one did. But I think because it's such a detachment or stark difference from the first movie, they're going a completely different direction of the way they're making this film and the way they're doing this film. I think it will be good, and I am betting on Joaquin because honestly, every movie I've seen with him in it, I've enjoyed. So I don't believe he would sign up for this if he didn't believe in what they were doing, the script, the story, everything that going on. So I'm betting on him. I think it's going to be very good. Obviously, it's going to be very different. I don't think it'll be better than the first movie, but I think for what it's doing and what it's going to be, I think it's still going to be very good. It's probably gonna be my top 5 of 2024 is my prediction.
I think top 10, probably top 5 even for me. You said every Joaquin Phoenix movie when I think you weren't that high on Beau is Afraid last year. But
Hey, that was a narrative script. It was good until the last twist, which destroyed everything.
That was Napoleon.
Maybe he thought they were cooking.
oh yeah, Napoleon was
Napoleon.
Napoleon wasn't even that. In hindsight, that's going down.
No, Napoleon's all right. It was all right.
No one put that in his top 10.
Oh, you
I
did.
heard terrible things about it. It was,
It was good. It was good.
But you're just a you're a Joaquin fan, so I guess it makes sense.
Also, with the first Joker movie, there was this whole like this whole thing over like the violence and this and that.
Yeah,
and I think that
controversy,
made people actually still like, even though it
want
was
to
like
see it.
bad, like it made people want to see it. So
Yeah,
I feel
people
like,
became like, it made like, oh, you have to see it because it's dangerous to see it. Like some stupid
Yeah.
but
that's why we were there. Right?
yeah. But the second movie, I mean, you got Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, so it's gonna be more of a song musical based thing, and I think it'll test Joaquin as an actor because I don't think I've seen him in many musicals ever. So he's gonna be singing and dancing, and I think I've learned now not to like once someone does something good, I'll give you benefit of the doubt. So I'll give the benefit of the doubt to Todd Phillips and see what he cooks up. Like if he's cooking, I'll let him cook. So let's see what's. I heard Harvey Dent's in the movie. Like it's gonna be interesting. We'll see what they do. So
if she does really well, there's a chance that the movie itself will just
it'll carry.
do really well. I feel like that's where they should have.
Samir's favorite, Bradley Cooper, is the main producer. I mean, there's things going on there.
he produced the first one. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're cooking with the second one.
They're cooking. Yeah.
The vision. I see the vision. I mean, everything they release, like that one still they released, looks pretty good. Like it looks like Singing in the Rain or whatever. Yeah, they're cooking.
So you're saying it's gonna be like Singing in the Rain, the movie?
That they've said it publicly. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, but like an insane version of it. Like
like a twisted. It's like Singing in the Rain on acid. Yeah.
All
right. Let's keep moving towards the end of the year now. We're looking at The Wolfman. It's a remake of the old thing. And then we have Venom 3. Venom 3. Listen.
Charles loves Venom.
Venom 3, I famously said when Venom 1 came out, this is the dark horse, and I was wrong.
I straight up don't know anything about this movie. Who's the villain? What's going on? What even is the story?
All right, the villain is Toxin, the guy who, like the cop guy who turned like into. Remember in the end of Venom?
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad movie.
Okay, no, but the trailer didn't come out yet, but it will. You'll see that Peter Parker is a central character in this movie, so it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Who's playing
Peter Parker?
Who's playing?
Tom Holland?
No, he's a kid. He's a kid. This is the.
It's like Joker 1.
Yeah, it's like Joker 1. But they're gonna take care of him because remember, this is gonna be Venom knowing he's seen Tom Holland. He knows about the multiverse. True. So he knows Peter Parker is gonna become someone who's gonna be hurtful to him, and the whole movie's gonna be kind of like a buddy cop.
Whoa. Why would he assume Peter Parker's gonna be hurtful to him?
He knows.
He didn't see any of that in
No, because he said he saw the whole multiverse. He said that Venom and he saw that in No Way Home's post-credit scene.
And in what he saw was that Peter Parker Spider-Man public enemy #1, so he'll probably think as well.
Yeah, and he knows throughout the multiverse. Specifically, I heard they're gonna show Topher Grace Spider-Man 3. They're gonna show him dying in that.
I guess
and he sees it. So he's gonna be like, "Oh shit, I gotta like protect myself from this kid." So Venom's gonna want to kill the kid, but then Eddie Brock's gonna be like, "Nah, we gotta protect him." So that's gonna be the movie. I heard.
All right, I guess maybe it will be good. Dark Horse,
but the villain's still gonna be generic. Okay, it's gonna be generic still, but
because they wasted Woody Harrelson, Carnage. They could have done so much.
For what it's worth,
the nostalgia got to him so bad, bro.
For what it's worth, Tom Hardy, who is the main actor, obviously, he put on Instagram like, "Oh, The Last Dance," like a Jordan thing, hinting this is his last time doing a Venom movie. I don't know if that means his last time as Venom or this is the last Venom movie, but I don't know.
I feel like it's probably the last time as Venom.
It doesn't make sense because if he goes his entire Venom run without properly fighting Spider-Man one time, that's a failure. So you have to build up to this eventually.
You know? The money, bro. It's all about the money. Did the second one even do good?
The second one, it came out during COVID though, so I could even give it a break. But the first one made almost $1 billion.
Is this one gonna make any money? I don't know.
Maybe. I think Sony has a bad year ahead of them because, Sony Marvel, I mean, because Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter, and Venom all in 1 year is a bit overbearing, but let's see. Maybe Venom gets delayed. End of the year, we got Gladiator 2, which we've talked about for a second, but I want to talk about it now because I want to properly talk about it. This movie could be the best of the year. Like, we know Dune 2 is all of our picks. This is I think could be better. We don't, and when it's all said and done, Cast fire. Like you got Denzel Washington. Even the main guy, everyone who's been talking about him said he's like really good. He has the look for that movie.
What was he in again? What was the other guy in? The main guy? Like
He
the
was in
Paul Mescal?
yeah.
Paul Mescal. Okay, yeah.
Then after Sun, he's all of
That
the strangers.
was the one. After Sun is the one. Yeah, all the
After Sun,
strangers.
yeah.
So everyone is saying good things about him as a young actor. I think they're telling an interesting story. It's a legacy story. I think it's going to be interesting. And I think Ridley Scott, if he phoned it in for Napoleon and he does all of his real good work here, then this is where I think there's a lot of potential. So wait, what do you guys think, Samir, for Gladiator 2?
Yeah, I like Paul Mescal. He got a nomination for best actor when he did After Sun, and he was crazy in it. So I think he'll be good in this one, and of course the supporting cast is also crazy. I don't know much about the story all that much right now.
Neither do I. I think it's pretty tight. It's just about the nephew of the main guy.
I don't think they'd make it if it wasn't like something that they were.
Yeah, and Ridley Scott never does sequels, so he does, but he'd like his alien stuff. But if he's gonna do something, it's gonna be
Wait. He's whose descendant?
the guy, Russell Crowe's actor.
No,
his
he's
name.
not. If he's Commodus is the Emperor. Commodus is Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah, then he's Commodus.
In fact, that makes it better. That makes it more interesting.
That makes it better.
That makes it more interesting. Yeah.
Let me see. Let me search this so I make sure.
Yeah, the other guy was Maximus Meridius. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
bro.
there'll be-
Emperor Commodus is Joaquin.
It's gonna be following multiple people, I think.
That doesn't sound good.
It's gonna be following Lucius, the son of Maximus, and then also other people.
How does that make sense?
Barry Keegan's the movie.
Whoa.
What,
Something
what,
makes
what?
sense.
What?
His wife and son were killed in the first movie. How is it following his son? What's going on?
He lived. His son lived, bro.
He's back.
Oh no, wait. I think it doesn't
Back
make
like Palpatine.
sense. Doesn't make
bro.
sense. Something's not adding up.
I don't know, man. I gotta open up like something.
Where'd they
Here
go?
we go.
This guy's making Shroud's
I
go.
guess we'll never know.
Yeah,
Till
maybe
later.
they aren't cooking. I don't know what they're doing anymore.
I can't find
That's
like
what I'm worried about. If they
What I
mess up
do
too many
know-
things of the very perfect 5 out of 5 original
Let him
Gladiator,
cook. Let him cook.
they're not going to be cooking. It's going to be
From
bad.
what I know, looks like they're doing something. I don't know.
they said Paul Mescal is playing Lucius Verus. They said he's been living in the wilderness with no connection to his mother, who he thinks might be dead. I don't know what that means.
Oh, so they had
I
no
don't
connection.
know.
He's a different guy.
Because Connie Nielsen is back. So if she's back, then what do you mean she died?
Connie Nielsen was Commodus' sister, right?
No, she's the mother of Lucius and the older sister of Commodus. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
Samir's so confused.
Wait.
Whoa.
He's
Yeah, so that makes sense. So
Commodus' his nephew, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Commodus' nephew is that person, and Commodus' son, you said, is Paul Mescal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's about
Wait,
him.
what?
It can't be about the Marcus Meridius because his whole lineage was destroyed.
You just said
Oh,
Paul
whatever.
Mescal's playing the nephew.
I can't tell anymore. So, and I'm searching. It's a lot of random stuff. That's good. We're going in dark. That's a good thing. And I'm sure as the trailer comes out, we'll talk about it in
Is
more
it- is
detail.
it-
Let's keep moving quicker, though.
But if he doesn't
and-
know the history, it's gonna be not that good because then what is he doing?
But he'll figure it out.
Well,
He'll
He's
have
gonna
to
pull.
learn-
He's gonna pull in a Rocky and forget like what he did himself. You know.
He'll have to learn it or something. And then it'll
We'll
be
see.
like,
We'll see what they do.
what about Karate Kid?
Got a Karate Kid. Where do you see Karate Kid? Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on
Karate
the
Kid
screen.
reboot. Yeah. Isn't
Karate
Jackie
Kid.
Chan coming back for something?
Yeah, Jackie Chan's in that movie. Yeah.
is
Karate
is
Child.
is-
And
is-
let's not forget Wicked Part 1. Maybe it'll be interesting.
Sounds wicked, bro.
I guess.
I don't know
Uh,
what's, wait, I don't get what's happening with Karate Kid because they did the whole Cobra Kai like sequel
I think this is a full
sequel
reboot.
series of
It's
the
a Karate
original,
Bacha, bro.
and then they
No,
made the
this-
remake with Jaden Smith and
I think it's a pseudo reboot sequel. You know,
Yeah.
because I think he is an actual old guy. They're gonna address that he's older now.
Want to
And
bring
then-
back Jaden, bro. What are you saying?
No. So to end the year, we got Lord of the Rings.
We got
the
3
War-
bangers. We got 4 bangers in a
bangers.
row.
Lord of the Rings: War of Rohirrim. That's going to be done in the style of Peter Jackson's films, but it's going to be an animated film. Let's see how it happens. Then we got peak Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Peak.
Listen, maybe I'll be there. Shadows.
I
pulling
might be
up, maybe
there.
I'll be there.
Shadows
I
the
might be
Dope.
there.
I
I
don't
heard
know
the
what-
second movie was pretty bad, but the first movie was good for kids, and I don't mind it. Like it was
Listen,
good. It was,
But
it was a good
Shadow,
job.
he's always been the most interesting character.
I doubt Garth's gonna be there.
Shadow
I
is
might.
Shadow's the Mewtwo of that universe, so like that's what's gonna be good.
Oh, I'll be there. Don't worry about it.
I won't be there, but I'll hear about it.
I mean, I'll be there, but we'll see.
Not you.
That's a liar. He'll be like day one.
And then don't forget the movie that I'm most interested in, Mufasa, the Lion King.
It's gonna be bad.
Another no emotion, realistic looking lions, bad realistic color grading, no
How do you know?
magic, no
How do you know?
wonder.
How do you know?
Bad.
How do you
It'll
know
be
this?
bad. Where's Donald?
Do you think they're not gonna learn the
Donald-
lessons? They're not gonna learn the lessons?
No, they won't learn.
It's true, they won't.
'Cause they never
They
do.
never do.
Yeah, they never do, especially
Oh,
because of how much
back
money
to-
the original one made.
Made
They're not gonna learn.
one,
What are they gonna
like
change?
$1.5 billion that animated the remake. So I think,
Because the story is still so good and the music's still so good.
Donald
either way,
Glover married.
either way, you have
You have Beyonce cult follow the movie to watch it.
you have Barry Jenkins directing, which is kind of peak. It's better than John
Oh my
Favreau
God.
for the first movie.
I heard him say Patty Jenkins a panic.
No. Barry Jenkins is directing it. He's much better than John Favreau. And then you got a guy named Aaron Pierce who's playing Mufasa as like a newcomer, I think. And then you got
What race is
Kelvin-
Aaron Pierce?
he's black. The
African
whole cast is
American. Good,
the whole
good.
the whole cast is black. And
You want to
then
make sure, yeah.
you have
a
Kelvin Harrison Jr. playing Taka. I think Taka is Scar, right?
Taka Scar, yeah.
Yeah, he's Scar. So
Okay, yeah.
we'll see how this guy becomes Scar. If they show Mufasa being kind of like a big asshole and like he was like just pieces, he's the golden child. He's the golden
What?
child of his family. Think about it. He's the golden child of his family. Taka's like this younger brother who's forgotten, and then he'll become Scar eventually.
Sounds like two brothers.
He'll become Scar.
I want to kill this guy.
He's gonna become Scar eventually. What the hell's the picture? And then Zion will be happy to know that Seth Rogen's back as Pumbaa. And
How is it possible?
How was he even
what,
in?
what do you mean?
How could it be in the movie?
What
Oh,
is-
yeah, because I forgot. They're doing the garbage thing where it's like Rafiki telling Kiara's
Not
story.
Rafiki. First of all,
Oh,
garbage.
God.
everyone's back. Donald Glover's back also. We're getting Simba.
We
That
We're,
only
back.
makes
it's
it
gonna
worse.
be a sequel.
We're back. We're so back.
It's a full sequel, but then it becomes a prequel. They said it's gonna be like Godfather
love
2.
it.
Simba's still gonna be in the movie, but they said this is the Godfather 2 of Lion King. So take
Talk
that
about
as you will.
Sinbad.
Don't insult Godfather this
I
way.
guess I'll
But
be
hey,
there.
I'm quoting them. They said this is the Godfather 2, and they're gonna treat Mufasa's lineage
Okay, and
as
they said, and all the actors like Civil War is the Godfather of the MCU, whatever. Then it's
Civil
garbage.
War.
It doesn't mean anything.
Who said that?
they said that, yeah.
Oh,
The
Civil
Captain
War.
Is
America
it
Civil War.
actually?
They said Captain America Civil War is his Godfather. I'm like, what?
I thought you were talking about the Civil War movie that's coming out next year that we didn't even talk. We skipped
This
over.
guy did not
No.
even discuss it.
I don't care. I
He
saw the
skipped it.
trailer. I saw the trailer. It looked garbage. I don't want to talk about it.
It looks so good.
Maybe.
So why waste airtime? And then Rafiki obviously is back. He'll be doing some narration. They're gonna tell the story of Mufasa. It's the last movie of the year. It's gonna end up. It's like Disney making a big push.
Some things you just don't touch. You gotta Mufasa should always be the pure good guy. Simba is a flawed one. He should be the one. That's why Lion King
I
2,
don't
the
know.
animated movie. I'm telling you, hot take right now. Lion King 2, the
I
animated
think-
movie will be better than this Lion King 2.
I don't think that's true. Well, I do like
That's
Lion
true.
King 2, the animated movie, but I think there always was an undertone that Mufasa always wasn't a perfect guy. It's just he is king, and for whatever reason, Scar is very hurt about it. But we don't
There was
know
never an undertone.
there was an undertone.
There was never an undertone. In every iteration, he was shown as
I guess
he was a true example of what a good king is and should be. And Scar was always like the generic
I know
villain
what
guy.
Charles
with
was about to
hyenas.
say.
two things. Number one, this guy hasn't seen The Lion Guard. But number two, number two, in Lion King 2, they actually made a point. The Scar's wife said that it wasn't just Simba who kicked them out. It was Mufasa who kicked them out back in the day.
Because they're
Good
revolting. and
authority.
like, you can't challenge him. Like they're a danger to society.
What? What? You're
Yeah.
talking about James Dave's society.
Yeah,
No
they were
propaganda.
gonna overthrow him with Scar. So they had to banish him.
What?
Yeah.
First of all, I think this movie's going to shed light on Scar being more of a good guy than we think, and he was treated badly by his dad. All right,
I don't mind
so-
that, but it's gonna be a whole Thor and Loki type thing, and I'm not trying to see that. Yeah.
I'll be there, and so will Samir.
Maybe.
Zion, bro, you gotta accept that the characters have to be challenged. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I don't
Just
want
like you,
not my
just like
Mufasa.
you
That's
accept
it. I'm
it,
starting
just
the
like you
campaign.
accept it, just like you accepted it in Batman v Superman. I gotta accept it here.
Yeah, accept it.
I don't want
Accept the
Mufasa
prequel.
driving up in a Batmobile with his tank guns and like shooting up the place.
He loves it. He loves to see it.
One thing I'm interested in, though, people, it's unclear will Mufasa have songs or not. Like every Disney movie has songs, and will they create new songs? Are they going to sing in this movie?
Of course,
And I hope
no question.
so.
They're gonna create new songs for this young Mufasa. I'm sure.
I also heard that they're testing this movie because they made $1.5 billion the first one. They're testing it. If Mufasa does good, they're gonna greenlight like Aladdin 2 and like sequels to their big live action movies. Rather than haven't done it, huh?
Why would they do that?
Because they all made $1 billion. Every single live action movie made $1 billion.
But why would this one be contingent on?
Because they're not sure. Because even though it made $1 billion, like you said, a lot of people are off on it. They're like, "Oh, why are you doing it?" So now they're gonna be like, "Okay, if you see the sequel, then because the sequel will all be fresh storytelling. Because one is a 1-to-1 remake. It's all the songs you know. It's completely baked in nostalgia to come see the movie. So the second time is like, wait a minute, are you gonna? Is the audience interested in original material with existing characters or not? If they all say Mufasa 2 is bad, then they're not going to move forward to Aladdin 2 or Beauty and the Beast 2 or whatever other 2 they want to make. You know, like they're not going to do it. You know,
They're okay. If they greenlight Beauty and the Beast 2, I'm telling you the most stupidest thing. There's no story to tell.
I guess he hasn't seen Beauty and the Beast 2, the Christmas special.
Yeah, where he's selling the beast again.
Yeah,
that
he
takes
turns into
place
Beast
in
again.
between. That takes in between.
Listen, all I'm saying is,
It'll be
I'm
Beast
saying
Story.
this is a hyper-capitalistic problem that they have to keep making these movies. But
That's what I've been
I'll
saying.
still be seated. I'll still be seated to see what it is.
Oh,
You
I'll
love
be
it when it's
seated,
Toy Story.
but I'll be seated.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, so remember my point. Toy Story 5's coming out. No one's complaining, right?
Okay, they set up a place where they did somewhere to go. Beauty and the Beast, the story wrapped up and completed. You can't do anything.
They ended it,
Beast
bro.
is
What
the
are you guys
guy.
talking about?
He's
Really had-
secured now. He's a king. You know, he's a good guy.
Beast origin story in depth.
What's he talking
That
about? They
origin
ended
story.
it with Woody and Buzz.
Beast
like,
origin
really
story. The 5 seconds of him talking to like the old lady and turning to Beast.
Toy
They
Story,
get depth.
Toy Story
They'll
4 was a
they'll
good
do
definitive ending. They don't need
No,
to
it's
redo
not.
it.
Toy Story 3 was the perfect
Toy Story
ending.
3 was a good
Toy
ending.
Story 4 opened it up to more sequels.
They were not even cooking on that much. We were hyping it up too much.
Nah, Toy Story 4 was a good ending because they had that moment with Buzz and Woody.
Too much open ending with
No,
It's
I
open
know.
ending. They say
Woody
bye to
and
each other.
Bo-Peep.
No,
Buzz
they're
and
gonna
then
they're
go away
gonna
with
meet.
time.
I know they're gonna meet again when Bonnie's an adult. They're gonna put a lot big of a time spin. So when they do meet, it won't be like, oh, for us it's been what 6 real life years between Toy Story 4 and whenever Toy Story 5 will come out I think next year. So 7, it'll be 6 to 7 real life years for us. But I think for them it might be like 10 to 15 years. Let Bonnie completely grow up and go to college, and then let Andy come back and get the toys, something like that. Listen, first of all, we're first the thing. Go back to our podcast from 2019, Toy Story 4 podcast, search it up. You're going to see that we said, oh, the Toy Story 5 ending, Toy Story 5 concept is that Andy comes to get his toys back for his children, and then they were like, wait a minute, Woody's not there. The prize Woody toy's not there. So then all the gang, they go to find Woody, and then Woody's like, who knows what's going on, you know? And then they're going to reunite, you know, with Andy.
Zane, why don't you share with the class?
As long as Woody's like a big villain at the end, he's like, oh, the world made him like a guy, you know?
That's what I want. That's what I want.
No, are you crazy? That'd be the worst.
That'd be so
Well,
that'd be crazy.
They have to. I think the next movie is gonna be buzz focused because just how it's gonna be. Woody
I think it's
got
gonna be bad
too
look.
much. No, Woody got too much emphasis in Toy Story 4. It was
Yeah, 'cause
entirely his
he's
movie.
the main character. He's the main character of the whole.
He's
quadrillion
Cap, bro.
movie. Yeah, he's the guy. You're following his journey, and everybody else is
I
around.
know you're following it, but like Toy Story 2 was the perfect movie where Buzz and Woody both got equal time and equal arcs. They had equal
Buzz's
things.
whole purpose in that movie was because of Woody's actions. They're all revolving around Woody. He's the main
Yeah, that's
character.
true.
So
That's
again,
what
it's
it is,
still
yeah.
revolving around him. He's still the thing that they're chasing, but they're gonna look for him in the carnival or wherever they are.
Which one was he a Spanish guy in it? for a
That's
while?
3. That's
The
3.
cat.
3?
But 3 was
I'm telling you, I'm
three was
dying.
good.
I'm just chilling in the background. What
Three
is
was
she looking
good.
at? What are you staring
The cat's like a statue. Good.
staring
It's
at
like
Samir's future. Bro.
because the way the camera angle is like it's sitting on Samir's shoulder. Cat on the shoulder. All right. So the last movie of the year is Nosferatu, which I'm not that into, but I heard Samir's into.
Oh,
so
it'll
I'll
be
talk
good.
about it.
It's the guy
One
that
of the
made the
cast is
Lighthouse.
garbage, but otherwise it'll be good.
It's the guy that made the Lighthouse. I didn't watch the Lighthouse when Zion loved it. He recommended it.
I
So I
said
guess
it's
I'll
very
be
good.
there for this one too. The cast, I mean, all I know about the cast is they casted Johnny Depp's daughter, right, and somebody else.
That's the biggest
Didn't
miscast.
they cast somebody good for like the main guy?
Was it Nicholas Hoult for Nosferatu? Or am I
No
mistaken?
No, it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, isn't it?
Talk about our boy Lex, bro. What are you saying?
He's not that bad.
No, he's not Nosferatu though. He's like scientist or whatever. He's like the
Oh no,
lab-
yeah. It is Nicholas Hoult.
yeah.
And
He's
then you
okay.
have Willem Dafoe's the professor once again. He's always playing
All right,
professor.
well, all right, there you go. It's easy to cook.
Will Dafoe, yeah, they're cooking something.
And then Bill
I'm telling
Skarsgård.
you, the guy Robert Eggers, he's the guy.
I thought Bill Skarsgård
He
was
cooked
good.
with Willem Dafoe in Lighthouse. So good.
Yeah, I
So
thought Bill
him back-
Skarsgård was playing Nosferatu. That's why it was good, right?
I think
If he is Nosferatu, then it'll be something. Then they'll be cooked.
who's Count Orlok? Is he Nosferatu?
I don't think he's just the guy. You know.
Yeah. No. Samir is right. Bill Skarsgård's actually playing the guy.
That's a good.
That's so good.
That's great.
That's such a good cast. All right. See,
That'll be
there you go. Something to look forward to. But that's the end of the year. So late.
Yeah, it's the last movie of the year. So
probably
Nosferatu,
pushed out.
the original movie came out in 1922, and now this movie's come out in 2024. So it's what 102 years.
But all the real ones know that the kids of this generation only know because of SpongeBob.
It's so true.
That's also
What
true.
was flickering the lights that one time?
I'm saying,
Yeah.
Yo,
You know, I think that's
Umar
does not know what we're talking
no
about.
idea what we're talking about.
Umar knows SpongeBob. He didn't watch SpongeBob. What are you talking about? What
He
did you
doesn't
know
know
I
about
didn't watch SpongeBob. I didn't watch.
He didn't
SpongeBob,
watch it
but-
like that.
but I didn't watch it like that.
He doesn't know lore.
You know the episode where they're flicking lights and then like the vampire shows up for 1 second?
That's a crazy punchline for that kind of show.
I'm-
Like who
I'm
was
saying, it's like who did they expect to get that?
that was like the whole premise of the show was surrounded around that thing. That was like the
Yeah.
ending. That was the punchline. It's like who's getting that?
That's why they were
That's why Steven Hillenberg, like when he was running the shit, like it was
The
good.
writing was too good.
You know. Either way, yeah. The other things list is all 2025, so there's no point getting to it right now.
Mickey 17 delayed indefinitely in 14.
So Mickey 17, we've
So
talked about it. We haven't talked about it officially because yes, it's delayed indefinitely. Warner Bros. Took it off the schedule
The Batman.
2 weeks ago. This is Robert Pattinson.
Did they give a reason why?
They just said they want to take it off schedule. It was supposed to come out in 2 months, you know, right? So the fact they took it
that
off
doesn't make
is a
sense.
good thing because
Yeah,
I think
one they didn't market at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
that one page.
they didn't
So
market
whatever.
at all, and more importantly, even I think they realized 2024 is kind of a weak year for movies, and they've realized that wait a minute, we can go for the Oscar, so let's just push it to the end of the year where it's in everyone's mind. And the director Bong Joon-ho, like the guy who created Parasite, he's coming off of his own
And
Best
Memories of
Director
Murder.
win. So he's coming off a Best Director win himself. And you have Robert Pattinson, which you know he's cooking.
Yeah.
I actually don't know any other Mark Ruffalo's in it too, right? And who
Go.
else? I only know Mark Ruffalo and Robert Pattinson, but yeah, those two, and then him. And then so let's see. I think all of us have it in our top fives if it comes out this year. And I think Zion, you said in the last podcast it might be top one if it really cooks, but
If it goes crazy, yeah. It's like the one challenger to Dune 2, in my opinion. I don't think Gladiator 2 is going to be number one, in my opinion.
Samir, do you think Mickey 17 is actually a challenge for best movie of the year?
I think it is definitely Bong Joon-ho cooks. I mean, I know some of what the book is about, so I'm kind of skeptical about it. But it could be something as long as they show more than that, just that one image. We got to know more.
We gotta know more. I mean, I don't know. So overall, last things, Samir, you can go because Zion's off. Do you think 2024 will be a goodie for movies, or it's just gonna be average?
I think when it's good, it'll be really good, and then a lot of it will be just mediocre or bad. We also haven't talked about Megalopolis that much.
Oh yeah, Megalopolis, yeah.
Either. I mean, that was like, wasn't it rumored that Coppola started writing that during Godfather, which was like peak Coppola? So
Yeah.
Too. There are a few like big hitters, but
I heard bad things about Megalopolis too, that's the thing.
I mean, it's been a while.
Because
you couple hands, you change things so much, down the road.
And did the studio abandon it? Like he's making his own money now, like just
Yeah.
his money. Like he's just saying, I'm gonna make this movie no matter what. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't.
It's true.
Maybe this time will work.
This time will work. Either way,
I think overall it's going to be a weak year for movies. I think there's like a handful, maybe less than 10 that are good to very great, like good to like perfect, that have the chance to be perfect. I think outside of that, it's much weaker year from this outlook looking at it compared to 2023. But then again, let's see what the film festivals bring out this year. Maybe that'll change.
yeah, they'll be surprised at the film festival circuit as well. But yeah, let's see what happens. What do you guys think? What's your most anticipated movie of 2024? Let us know in the comments below and join the debate. From myself, from Zayan, from Samir, and from Umar, we're the Farooqi Bros, and we'll see you next time.